I think newspaper or journalism internships in general are probably a little bit different than uh, most other internships, at least in my opinion, that there's really no set, come in at this hour and leave at this hour. Some days it's going to be, different at later or earlier, or some days not much to do. So the biggest thing for me is just flexibility in understanding how newspapers work or how a media outlet would work that kind of ebbs and flows. There's not necessarily always a consistent amount of work or set hours that you're working. And it's kind of a tough juggle because you want them to take some things from you that you can teach them, but you also kind of want them to a trial by fire thing. So I think some interns maybe um, are looking for kind of that classroom setting that you're kind of sitting there and ingesting what somebody's telling you. Whereas I think particularly for us, and as I'm sure our interns can attest, that it's kind of a trial by fire, and you're going to learn much better at learning as you go along, rather than having to just take it from me lecturing you on how to do this or how to do that. And also, in a creative profession like ours, there's not necessarily a black and white or a right and wrong or a my way or your way. I mean, there's all sort. It's based on your creativity and how you envision whatever story or whatever assignment you're working on. Just ethical standards of plagiarizing something or stealing something or making something up, or copying out an assignment by interviewing your friends that I didn't necessarily know as your friend, but you know full well that is your friend, but you just get that person as the random man on the street, for example, rather than doing your own. I guess the only other thing is just unreliable as far as not knowing where this person is or not being able to get hold of this person. Ultimately, for me, it's just somebody that can get after it and can be told something, once or twice, and they're, just like that, they're good to go. And it's kind of an extension of the staff that you can count on them to do something that you normally ask of anybody else. The newspapers aren't necessarily what is in the movie all the time. It's just this, fast-paced, rushing environment, and people are running and delivering, newspapers, or screaming or shouting, or there's going to be ups and downs. There are those moments. There's also dead moments, and just the flexibility with time, with assignments, with learning by trial, and not being afraid to A, ask questions, or B, just spend time in here taking in what the environment or what the setup is like. This past summer, for example, we have every Tuesday, I think, downtown, there's a local restaurant sponsors a lunch outside, and then it features a local music act. And well, I guess not sponsors a lunch. I mean, it's the featured restaurant, and you're buying those things from them outside. And I said, just go out there and um, capture what this hour is like of lunchtime on Tuesdays downtown. And I, in my head, without saying anything, I kind of envisioned this blend of music and food and just people conversing at lunchtime. Gave her the assignment and left it at that. And when I came back and watched that video, it was exactly what I had envisioned. That's kind of a good feeling that this person gets it and gets trying different things, and hopefully has gained something from working with me on video and presentation. Regardless of what the salary is or what the academic credit that you get for it is, it's really a priceless experience to have that much deeper of a portfolio that you can present to a potential employer, and just the networking and making contacts with your supervisor, the person supervising your internship, or anybody else that you're working with, that if nothing else would recognize your name at another time for potential freelancing or a future job, or ultimately everybody knows somebody, and the more somebody's you get to know, the better off I think you'll be.